prefers night shift. It shouldn't be too hard. Clockbook's broken. Crappy memory, but at least I'm well organized. Still feels awesome to have water all day without schedule. It's better to save it though. This bathroom is about the size of my apartments in Bright City, and I would be locked there for months now. I'd better keep this job. They have only one tune for all their facilities. Good one though. I can't end my shift and go to sleep until I complete my tasks for today. Should be waiting in a car somewhere. Hey Jasper, what's with the moody atmosphere? Great talk as always. Thanks for keeping the keys safe, Jasper. I'd say Jasper's creepy if I haven't seen the day shifts workers. Smell of old leather, gas, and alcohol. Yep, I love this car. I'll call you Christine from now on. I guess I need the tape first. A note to remember. It's not a video game. Arrow points to the north and not towards my target. I don't know you, Clark, but I'm grateful music can save my day. Or night, actually. Also, I hope you left your booze somewhere. I might need it.
Tonight is the 4th anniversary of Lights Out. After 4 years of fantasy and imagination, chills and thrills...
So, today I need to find a Wyvern somewhere and lure her to the lighthouse on a silent peak. They told me to use satellite towers. Sounds fun.
And fantastic. The National Broadcasting Company takes pleasure in presenting Boris Karloff in the first of a special series of Lights Out broadcasts.
Well, so this car can't work normally with the spotlight on. Good to know. No multitasking for Christine. A gas station. If I call Jasper from a phone booth, this will become evacuation point instead of ground rock. If I stuck somewhere. Or when I stuck. Windlands plains, they produce most of the energy for Woodville and Bright City. But I remember frequent shutdowns this time of the year. I wonder, was it because of Titans? Wow, she's beautiful. I hope she's not hungry. She can probably see only blue light. My spotlight is pointless here. I have nothing to store here yet. She probably flew to another bridge. At least it's the right direction to the Silent Peak. Why the spotlight on a train is still on? It's clearly not moving anywhere. Well, okay, not my business.
This is Arch Obler bringing you another in our series, Stories of the Unusual. And once again we caution you, these lights out stories are definitely not for the timid soul. So we tell you calmly and very sincerely, if you frighten easily, turn off your radio now.
Goddard.
A lamppost in the middle of nowhere. I hope Aslan is around somewhere. I remember hiking around these satellite dishes with my dad. He told me they're space related, but it's probably something to deal with Titans.
National Broadcasting Company presents Lights Out, a summer revival of a famous series which many of our listeners will remember. Tonight's story, the eighth and the last of the series, is called The Signal.
Lights out. Everybody. This is the witching hour. The hour
Is it her at the top of the bridge?
and evil is let loose on a sleeping world.
Hello, below there!
I was calling to a man who stood beside a railroad track at the bottom of a deep and rocky ravine. One would have thought that, considering the nature of the ground, he would have looked up to where I was standing. But instead he turned and looked down the railroad track. I called again.
Hello, below there!
Because the terrible glare of the setting sun was in my eyes, I put my left arm across my face and waved to him with my right. He looked up and I saw in his face an expression of intense horror. He regarded me fixedly without moving. I shouted,
Is there a path by which I can come down and speak to you?
He continued to stare at me. Gradually, the expression of horror seemed to pass from his face, leaving it a gray, empty mask. When he spoke, his voice seemed to come from a grave.
Why do you wish? No reason. Just want to talk. You have no reason. Please go on your way. Well, I do have a reason. Let me come down and talk to you.
He motioned with his little rolled-up flag to a narrow path, about 200 yards distant, which defended the rocky wall of the ravine. I carefully made my way down. The ravine was extremely deep and unusually precipitous. The man's close at the bottom was in as solitary and dismal a place as I'd ever seen. I could see the railroad tracks running into a dark, gloomy tunnel at one end of it. So little sunlight never found its way to the spot, but it had an earthy, deadly smell. And so much cold wind rushed through that it struck a chill into me, as though I'd left the morning world. Hello, I'm afraid I'm intruding. Well, I'd better explain. You see, I'm a reporter for the London Times. You know the Times. Yes, I know the Times. I'm a new man. I was assigned to do a series of stories on people who work at little-known occupations in the city. And strolling along, seeing you down here, I thought, here is a story. That's the reason that brought you down here? Yes. Perhaps I'd better ask a few questions and, for instance, how far down are we? I've never seen anything quite like this before. 52 feet. Is that considered deep for railroad cutting? Deepest in the country. 52 feet. And how long is the tunnel? 3/4 of a mile. And that red signal light in front of the tunnel, is that part of your job? I mean, do you have to see that it stays lighted all the time? Don't you know that it is? Don't I know it? Look, you've been staring at me ever since I called you. Staring as though I was something to be afraid of. I'm just a newspaper reporter, don't I see you? But where then? By that signal light. But I've never been here before. The part of London I've never visited. No, you may be sure of that. Perhaps I may. Yes, I'm sure I may. I beg your pardon for being so unfriendly. It's just that... Well, I made a mistake. That's all right. I shouldn't have come down, I suppose. After I saw this unusual ravine in the tunnel and your job down here, I thought I had to come down and talk to you.
I think I'm glad you did. I have very little company. This is a world here different from other men's.
Who was supposed to walk the stairs? Titans? The view from up here is quite nice. I wonder why they never allow anyone to go near the structures. I have never seen the high bridge from this angle. I guess not a lot of people have this opportunity. We never came this close. They were patrolled. So there is enough power for only one tower to work. And the Wyvern is short-sighted. I need to lead only the closest one to her, one at a time. The switch is on the other side? God damn it, who designed that? One step closer to home. just a few towers left. Good. The Wyvern should be here soon.
I was weary of the alarms of war, exhausted by the everlasting bitterness between men. On that September day of 1945, I thought, would there ever be a true peace? A peace when walls between nations would fall, men would be in conflict only against poverty and illness, and the word unhappiness would be stricken forever from the human heart.
one step closer to home.
It started out as a wonderful day. All over the world, the weather was unbelievable.
Where it was daylight, it was the clearest, bluest daylight in the memory of mankind.
Where it was night, the sky was cloudless, and the moon and the stars gave light bright almost beyond belief.
And it's all mankind.
Just a few towers left.
So also, they shared a common, all-encompassing interest. For in this day, men of all nations grouped around their radios and televisors, watching and listening to an epical event taking place in the great council hall of Geneva.
Yes, epical indeed was this meeting, for in the great vaulted chamber sat 1,000 men of many tongues and many colors, of many temperaments, many ideologies, the chosen representatives of their nations, come together in council to meet and discuss a cause close to the heart of every man.
And as each representative wrote,
Just a few towers left. This was considered art in the old days, and our taxes are still spent on maintaining this. Just a few towers left.
Tonight is the 4th anniversary of Lights Out. After 4 years of fantasy and imagination, chills and thrills, Lights Out celebrates by bringing to the microphone the internationally known actor whose name has become synonymous with the unusual and fantastic. The National Broadcasting Company takes pleasure in presenting Boris Karloff in the first of a special series of Lights Out broadcasts. Lights out, everybody.
Tonight, Lights Out presents another psychological drama. A play in which the principal part is taken not by the character himself, but his thoughts. The voice you are about to hear is that of the thoughts of one Darrell Hall, accused murderer, sitting in a courtroom awaiting the return of a jury, which is to decide whether he is to live or die. And as he
I lived
waits,
in Bright City
the
for
thoughts in
years,
his mind
but never went to the sea.
swirl.
Now I can see what I've missed.
Not guilty. Not guilty. Guilty. Father in heaven, why don't I stop thinking those words? Words so jurymen are saying. Guilty. Not guilty.
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Not guilty. No, I've got to stop thinking of what's going on in that room. The jurymen. I've got to stop thinking. I've got to keep my head clear. I've got to figure things out. When did all this start? Yes, I remember. That night, Wayne and I were sitting in my room, talking about dreams. I remember he said,
Oh, come on, Darrell. Don't expect me to believe that one.
well, I'm certainly telling you the truth.
A fellow with your imagination wasting his time teaching biology to a bunch of co-ed nitwits. No, sir, you should be writing fiction.
I assure you, my dear Wayne, I've told you the truth.
You're really serious?
Of course I am.
You actually mean that in all your life you've never had a dream?
Never.
Not even when you were a child?
To my knowledge, I've never had a dream in all my life.
Well, how do you like that?
I like it very well. I close my eyes, oblivious, and then I wake up. No nightmare hangovers for me, Peg.
Now, wait a minute, Darrell. Let me get this straight. You mean you've never even had a dream after, eating a Welsh rarebit at midnight or surrounding a dozen green apples or anything like that?
Believe me, Wayne, I've never had a dream of any shape, form, or description in all my life. A dream to me is just a word, something that happens to other people but not to me.
But everyone must dream.
Well, perhaps. But it just so happens that my subconscious doesn't work that way.
Just a few towers left.
Well, what do you know about that? That's unbelievable, I said.
Yes, that's what he said. Unbelievable.
Now I should switch it off, so she can see the lighthouse. It's done. The Wyvern will fly home now, and no one would be scared of her in the morning. I'm awesome. And I can finally return to Grind Rock to sleep.
I was very tired. I sat down in the easy chair. Oh, I was tired. I closed my eyes. I slept. And then it happened. A strange murmuring in my head. Yes, that's how it started. A murmuring as if in warning. And then in the darkness around me, strange faces lifting and falling. White faces, faces without hope, their eyes full of horror, their white bloodless lips bleeding wordlessly in a way that made the heart of me cry out in pity. Suddenly,
This is Arch Obler bringing you another in our series, Stories of the Unusual. And once again we caution you, these lights-out stories are definitely not for the timid soul. So we tell you calmly and very sincerely, if you frighten easily, turn off your radio now.
Miss Goddard, answer the phone, please.
Yes, Mr. Obler. Yes? Oh, yes, Miss Harrison. Here he is. Mr. Obler?
Yes?
Miss Harrison.
Oh, thank you. Hello, Joan. How's the phantom lady? Oh, yes. Yeah, am I in trouble? Well, the last light's out. I just don't know what to write about. Oh, no, I got plenty of ideas, but... Well, men dying in foxholes, and what am I doing? Thinking of fantastic... Well, thanks very much, but I still insist that I ought to be... Yeah, okay. Sure, I'll make this last one a good one, and then that'll be that. If I live through it. Huh? No, I was just talking to myself. I've been doing that rather consistently these last few days. Yes, I guess all those zombies and ghouls and lookaroos have finally caught up with me. Yeah, I know. 2 aspirins and a glass of water every half hour. Now look here, Miss Harrison.
I
don't
wonder
worry
if they
about me.
planted this tree
I'll get the story
or
written
built a
tonight.
motel
I'll have
around
to
it.
talk to the devil
Being
himself
able
to
to
do
just
it.
walk around while everyone's on lockdown is cheering me up.
Sure. Oh, fine. Call me back in an hour and I'll have some kind of a plot figured out. I hope. Give my regards to Norman. Talk to you later. Well, Miss Goddard, let's get to work.
Yes, sir.
What time is it anyway?
11:32.
Sorry I have to keep you working so late?
That's it.
This bathroom is about the size of my apartments in Bright City, and I would be locked there for months now. I'd better keep this job. Finally, I can rest.